What is the pain in me you wish you could heal and why? My knees. They hurt so
That's
bad.
actually like that's number one. That's number one. Telepeptides. Okay.
How do you describe our relationship to others? You know, the dirty kid on the way.
Right, pretty much.
No.
I was literally just about to say, describe relationship. Oh yeah, we were on the wire together. Done.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Remember the kids?
Yeah,
he was
done.
the homeless one and I was the dirty one.
Yeah, done.
That's basically it.
Bing bong boom. Okay.
Come on.
Oh boy.
Already.
Do your best impression of me.
Oh, yeah. Heard.
That's actually not too bad.
Not too bad.
That's actually not. It says both. So does that mean both of us?
Oh. Yikes.
You know, what can I say, man? What can I say? I don't know. That's my Maestro Jermaine.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Can workshop it. We can workshop it a little bit, but the essence.
What do you think truly connects us?
Ambition. Ambition. I think even from when we were kids, I think what did connect us, if I could be wrong, but I feel like we always saw each other that we were really hungry. We were both very hungry. I knew you were doing this, you were doing that, you're doing this, you were doing that. And you know I come from theater. I mean, you come from theater, obviously, but like, I think we both kind of saw that eye of the tiger in each other, where it's like, we're gonna do whatever we gotta do to do what the fuck we gotta do.
Yeah, and there's no quitting.
That's all right. How do you feel? Hold on.
That's all right.
That's a good question. How do you feel we view friendships similarly and differently? Here we go. It's getting hot.
I would say, I think we view friendships similarly in a sense of we do expect certain things from a friend. You know what I mean? We do expect a certain grounding of like, well, if you're my friend, you do this, you do that, you maneuver like this. I don't have to worry about you moving like that. You know, yes. I'd say when we view friendships differently, which goes back to, I think you're a bit more forgiving with some of those things.
Oh, here we go. I knew it was coming. I knew it was
a tad too forgiving with some of those things.
Oh my gosh.
You know, there's billions of people in this world.
Yeah.
Billions.
Yeah.
And most of the people who don't treat you right, 9 times out of 10, weren't doing anything necessarily that was, really making your life flourish to begin with. And there's billions of people in this world who you can meet, be friends with, who have more resources, who actually might like you more, might respect you more. And so that's my thought process of, oh, well, if this person can't get it right, then cool. Somebody else will.
It's like I really want to not change the world, but like change the world. like change the world. I really feel like my purpose is to leave love and light, right? Oh. So when you talk about like, you're always forgiving people or you know what I mean? Things like that. I think I know it sounds so like bogus and so surface level, but like even, I'm like, yo, you going to church with me? You trying to go to church with me? Like, I just feel like.
I see what you're saying.
I feel like it's my job as a human being,
to lead people to light and to change, to better their existence and who they are.
Yeah. You know, I really just have a passion to empower and just love people.
Well, I believe it. But but you say it, it's funny because that is something that but it makes sense. And it's like, so, because I know all of that stuff that you do comes out of a genuine place.
Yeah.
I never thought like, okay, I see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Which I do think about a lot of people. But yeah, it's always seemed like you really like, oh wow, you, like you said, like you be like, hey, you govern, like even just, it's like, oh well, yeah, fair. Like you really just want to see people do better. Yeah. I feel the same way about myself, but it's in a different way. But like exact same senses. Like I want to change the world. I want the world to be different than how I found it.
Correct.
And I don't know if that's creating the infrastructure for something that doesn't exist, bettering an infrastructure that already exists, being responsible for creating, you know, whether that's an entity or an artist or something that just changes the, you know.
You want to leave your mark on the world.
Yeah.
Remember I was talking about that eye of the tiger thing? I think we both saw it in each other. I think we saw that in each other as kids, because I'm saying the same thing. Like, you know, when I'm telling stories, writing movies, writing series, making music, I want to do things that are popular. You know, my production company called Mainstream Media. Shameless plug. But it's just like, you know, I want to change what is mainstream. I want the vibration of what's the norm on television to be completely different.
I like that.
Like how it was when we were growing up. There were so many things that just vibrated at a higher frequency.
Way higher.
And I feel like we're not really getting that. And I think I want to change the way the world sees themselves. Especially Black people.
I would like to do that in Black music.
But you know what I mean?
Yes.
I think we...
Yes.
Because it's destiny that we're friends at this point in our life. And I think as children, we saw that in each other. We couldn't have probably explained it, but that's what I mean by just that eye of the tiger. It's like, there's something kind of similar here. Like, you know, we both kind of want to do the same thing, even if it's not the same thing. It's kind of like...
It's in the same world.
Yeah.
Same ballpark. What is the pain in me you wish you could heal and why? I'm trying to think of what's my deepest pain.
Well, from the outside looking in.
My knees. They hurt so
That's
bad.
actually like that's number one. That's number one. Telepeptides. Okay. I think I got it. Since I've known you as when we were children, it's that eye of the tiger. And I know it because I see it for myself. So it's almost like I want to say it for you, but I feel like I would have to kind of like take my own advice or whatever. And I don't know if I'm ready to do that. but I think it's that it's pain, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's okay to not have everything we want right now.
Yeah.
Because I think the pain I see in your eyes sometimes, or pain, frustration, whatever, that I see in your eyes similar to mine is that when the fuck are they gonna catch up? Like, you know what I mean? To what I've got in me. When am I gonna be able to get all of this out?
Right.
Because it does kind of hurt to kind of live in a shell. You know what I mean? And it's like, I know what I can be doing. I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. So I think it's that you are who you think you are, and that it'll just happen when it happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if it doesn't happen as quickly as you want or think.
Yeah, no.
But I'm just saying.
Just going on year 33.
If I know, but I feel you. I feel you.
No,
I feel you. That would be my answer.
To really put it, I would say it's more frustration.
Yeah.
And it's frustration as in...
Yeah, I don't know if it's a pain, but like...
Yeah. Which is pain. Frustration is a form of pain.
I was about to say, I do think it pains you. Sometimes when you see things that you know you can do in your sleep.
Right, but that goes back to what? But then that pushes me to go fucking go do something else and do it better and
Right.
harder.
But do we need pain?
Yes.
Do we need frustration?
Yes.
To push beyond
100%.
our...
100%. 100%.
I think you're right. I don't want to agree with you, but I think you're right.
What was we talking about the other day? When you're working out, you're like, well, it's just like that pain, when you're doing that and it hurts, you're like, but I know that's when it's actually working,
So we're going to write it off to long suffering.
Yeah, you have to, that's all it is. Suffering, growth is suffering. That's what it is.
If you could grant me anything at all, what would it be and why? Please say $500 million.
No. You teach a man to fish. You don't give him the fish. If I could grant
If you could grant me anything, you would grant me to teach me how to make $5 million.
$500 million? Hell yeah.
You cheap motherfucker.
Dumbledore, baby. I can just give you the answer.
If you could grant it to me.
If I could grant you, because here's the thing.
I don't want to steal your answer. Go ahead.
Because what I'm really thinking is it would be something. If I could grant you something with the work ethic you have now, it would be I would just say more so than giving someone something tangible, I'm trying to think of what's the best possible path I could just put you on. As in like, if I could, you know what I'd do? I'd have you fucking riding with Taylor Sheridan. That's what I'd do. That's it. You want a path, motherfucker? Yeah. You go over there, you work with him over at Paramount Plus, and you go with your ideas. Also within this package, he likes your ideas. That's what I do. Maybe you make his first black show. How about that? Whoa. Like that would be my, because once again, you go make your $500 million shit. You might make $1 billion if you do it right. But I don't believe in handing. It's just like if someone was going to hand me something.
Right. You would grant me the opportunity to get connected with who I would need to be connected.
Yeah. Oh no, a job with who you need to be.
I'll take that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'll take that.
And then you build from there, and then you make the. That's what I would want.
Yeah, that's what I would want too. Yeah, what you do with it is what you do with it.
What you do with it is what you do with it. But boy, you're not going to get a better opportunity than this. Yeah. So make it count.
The world is watching. If they tell you to sing, you better sing.
When they say sing, you sing, damn it. Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's the pain in my eyes.
That's right. That's a good one. And likewise.
When do I inspire you the most?
Ooh, you inspire me the most when you're in your F everybody bag. It's how defiant you are. You're like, man, all right, I'm gonna do this because ain't nobody doing this, so I'm gonna do that. And because it's that, and that challenges me to think differently. Because sometimes I could be a little bit more color inside the lines vibes, but you know what I mean? Like when you're coloring outside the lines, that's probably when I'm most inspired. Because it's like, exactly. And that kind of is like, I feel that.
All right. And the people I look up to the most, even that's what I get out of them. It's like, fuck your rules.
Yeah.
You're like everybody, because, everybody who's done something great they've created the standard of what the rules are, and then someone comes along and breaks those, and they do, so you're either creating the standard, and then someone is supposed to come and break that standard. And to me, that's real shit. At least you're trying.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? At least you're really trying to shake this thing up.
Going against the norm. Yeah. That's when I'm most inspired, when you're...
I appreciate that.
It's like all of your greatest ideas come from, like you said, somebody kind of telling you what you can't
Close
do.
the door.
Yeah.
Now I'm motivated to open that motherfucker. If the door's kind of cracked, I might be like, I'll get to that door in a second. But if the door is closed and you're telling me, nah, I'm sorry, no, not this door. No, you want to go? No, you can't go through this. I can't go through that door. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll find a way.
Okay, yeah.
We'll find a way.
What is your greatest hope for us, and why is it that?
I guess my hope for us is that we'll grow old together and pretty much be able to support and experience
And
each
see
other's
the growth of-
highs.
yeah.
Because, you know, we've already been here before. Like 20 years later, we talked about all the shit that we're going to do. Now we're doing it. So it's like, hopefully that thing keeps going and the dreams get bigger. So it's like, I hope, I know, I trust that in life, I will continue to see you do the things that you said you were going to do on the biggest level that you could have possibly, you know, done it. Like just you're in the zone. I get to see it. You know what I mean? That's what I would like to see. Because like you said, it's very rare to have a real friend in this business for so long as we've been friends. So it's just like, I really hope that we can really just stay friends and see each other's growth and like experience it and benefit from it. Damn it. Like we ain't friends for nothing.
No, facts.
You know what I mean? So
and basically the same thing. I just, whatever it is that we want to do, I just hope we're successful at it. Whatever that, like, who cares what it is? Like if you just, hey, you decide you want to do this, or you've said you always, like you said, you always want to do this. And it's just like, oh yeah, Jermaine's doing that. What's he up to? Oh no, he's got like 5 shows on blah blah blah, and he's doing that. And no, he's crushing it. Like that's what, you know, like that's what he wants to be doing.
Yeah.
And he's doing that. Like that's, to me, that's the coolest, you know, coolest thing you could ask for anybody.
Yeah. That was it, huh?
That's
we made it. That was pretty dope. That was fun.
That's pretty fire.
I gotta say, that was fun. That was fun.
All right, how are you feeling?
Feeling good. I'm feeling good. I definitely feel like I know Jermaine a lot more.
I mean, like, we're pretty honest, we're pretty transparent, but we've never really been like that. Like, you know what I mean?
It's those level of like deep question.
To know those things about your friend, it really is kind of interesting. I guarantee you there's so many friendships that never had these type of conversations with each other. It's affirming to sometimes know that your friends do think highly of you, or that your people in your life think highly of you, and sometimes they need to hear really what you think of them in kind of, you know, a good or honest way.
So where does all your pain come from? Like, yeah, someone might not know how to answer that, but in a game, it's like, oh, well, we're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
It creates a safe space.
It creates a safe space. Yes.
If you love the And conversations or the And products, visit theskindeep.com/shop so you can purchase our products and experiences. Subscribe to any of our social media channels, and we really want to stay in touch and connect, improving the world one conversation at a time.